Assalamu alaikum and good morning, everyone. So, first of all, thank you, Terabiz and the retail community of Pakistan. It still says retail technology, but I will try my level best to present that in a business scenario because I know that there are a lot of C-level executives who really need to map technology and business together. So, I'll try to keep it simple and not too complicated. So, don't look at the slides. If you look, it's complicated. So, I have a brief presentation, like few slides to set the context, and then I'll be, of course, speaking on those slides. So what is happening in today's world, right? I will take this into three large topics, which I think most of you need to know about it in today's world. Number one is how this digital twin is going to work. That's what digital twins mean and how world is utilizing it. What is this e-commerce and headless commerce? You must have heard a lot about the new technology about e-commerce. And then the third thing that I will talk about, the supply chain control towers, that how these big companies are shaping their supply chain and using the artificial intelligence, actionable insights, and transforming their operations, right? So, so now if you can see that what you guys have done, what the retail industry have done in last 2 decades, retail industry have used the mobile, cloud, and digital experience at the fullest extent. So this is definitely this is the context that retail industry have shaped up. And now on these three topics, we will just start and explain. Okay. So supply chain control tower, what does it mean? When you guys have now, what companies are saying is that you don't need to change your legacy systems. You are using SAP, you are using Oracle, you are using Microsoft, or you are using any technology. You bring the data in any format, and you put that data in between in the supply chain control tower, right? So this is what people are doing. Amazon, Microsoft, they have designed their software so they can take the actionable insight and then put that into, so you can orchestrate, you can collaborate, and you can consolidate, and you can present and take this to the next level. So these are, and of course, like I would like to share 5 points, which is very important into today's world. Number one is a seamless experience. You are now going to retail store, okay? It's now, if you just think about the retail store, people want to have the similar experience in all the channels, So when you are walking into any store, we call it digital twins. What does it mean? You create like when you enter into a shop, your mobile app changes and it shows you the floor map of the store. It means, and you are using the mobile app at your home, it is different. When you enter into the store, it gives you the floor map and it creates a digital and physical, and it blurs the line. So you are seeing all the aisles, all the products while you are roaming on the stores. So blurring that line is really, really important in today's world. One other aspect that people are doing in today's world is the transparency and sustainability, right? So in today's world, in your supply chain, it is very important. Now, I will take an example of diamond industry, okay? People now in today's world, the buyers are very knowledgeable. And they spend their money wisely. So they really need to know if I'm buying a diamond, say for example, where it started, who mined it, who touched it, who refined it. And now in today's world in supply chain, transparency and sustainability will come through blockchain. So you now it is possible. It is possible to disrupt any high industry supply chain. In today's world, it is possible. It was not possible before the blockchain. So now, from the mining to who bought it, you have the complete track, and nobody can change the fact in between. And when you are buying, you know that where it is originated and who sold it and who bought it. It's a complete transparency loop that is very, very important. And you guys in retail, you guys know about personalization, right? All of you know about the personalization. So what personalization for you is only to run a campaign. What you say, run a personalized campaign or targeted campaign or tailor-made campaign instead of like just running a campaign, right? But now, what retailers are doing differently, they are impersonating, they're using that personalization data, they are doing the shopping as a customer. The retailers are acting as a customer and using that data and seeing and impersonating where the customer went, how much time he spent on a page, which aisle he looked at it, because now the cameras are not ordinary cameras. It's now AI-enabled cameras are available. So you get the real-time feed, near real-time operations or near real-time feed of all of this, right? That is really, really important for all of these connected experience. That's what I think personalization is very important, but don't just limit yourself, okay, we will run a campaign. No, use that data to simulate the experience and see where customer is spending his time, and then try to change your store look, your online stores, and so on and so forth. And now, one other thing is disrupting the retail industry is subscription-based. You might have, not in common in Pakistan, but I'm sharing a global trends, a subscription-based economy. Nowadays, customers are not really interested in buying. The trend is changing. They are not interested in buying until it is perishable, right, items. They really want to rent. So say, for example, like nowadays the common disruption that luxury retailers are trying, you can rent a LV bag with a Hermes suit while you already rented the car for a night. And now people are thinking, how can we disrupt that retail industry? Because luxury retail needs that, because everybody cannot afford it. So this is a huge disruption going on into this experience. The last thing the fifth thing that I would like to add here in the retail experience is the virtual reality and AI. So now, in Pakistan even, like you were walking into McDonald's like 2 years ago, the kiosk was not there. You have to sit in the line, but the things have changed. So in the retail stores, now this Twitter generation or Gen Z or millennials, whatever you say, they feel more comfortable behind the screens versus interacting with person. So just imagine if you are walking into the Sephora or any cosmetic shop and the female sitting like in the mirror, and the AI-enabled mirror can judge the screen tone through AI and the face complexion and so forth, and suggest the product. And if you hit the button, it will show your face that how it will looks like, and you can do the variation, see what kind of a difference. Because I was reading the study, Forbes was sharing the $19 billion went into the training of retail associates globally in last 2 years, and with 60% turnover. So imagine, as a retailer, you have to use technology to be less human dependent. I think this is, you can see that it is going on to global world, and Europe is doing it. But things will change. You guys also need to disrupt. My humble suggestion to all of the C-level is don't look as IT as just as an OpEx or just going to just going to use that, okay, it will save my cost or operational and so and so forth. It is basically, its ROI is immense. You need to just think about it, because if you don't utilize the data, I think it's unbelievable. You can't even touch and attract your customers. You can't run your, forget about personalization or anything. So data in today's world is a key, and technology can be your disruptive agent. So I don't want to supply chain trends. You guys already know about it, most of it. Everybody needs a responsive supply chain, right? Supply chain resiliency and agility. As you know, what is happening in supply chain? Unifying the data across various, not just the first-party data. Everybody can have a first-party data, right? I can give you an example, like my vendor is doing this, my supplier is doing this, my business partner is doing this. But nowadays, its external data is available in these supply chain control tower, which can tell you that this line, there is a disruption in this shipping company, there is a disruption in this product because this raw material is not coming. So now you can make your decisions timely. So it's not just about, we think about like, okay, we just need the first level data, but nowadays it's not the first level data, it's the second, third level of data. And again, if you are, you say for example, if you are running a big, and if you can't plan your supply chain appropriately, so you will have a loss of inventory, you have excess inventory, and so forth, right? So this diagram will tell you, I think this is very important, like what I was trying to explain about supply chain control. Like here is operational processes that you guys do day in and day out. Like capacity planning, inventory planning, budget, demand forecasting, supply planning. You do it day in and day out. Now, and you have the data, as I'm assuming few of you guys might be using ERPs and so forth. Few of you guys might be using a spreadsheet. Data is a data, right? So you have the data. Now you can plug into the supply chain softwares, which can plan, respond, collaborate, sense, and analyze everything. And then it gives you an output, not just based on your data only, but it combines all the artificial intelligence, all the external data that comes pre-packaged with actionable insights. And then it gives you your order management, your production control, replenishment, logistics, and material management. So it's a continuous loop, which as a business people, you need to use that to orchestrate, visualize, and collaborate. And this will be what they say, how can you do more with less? So even if you save 10% of your OPEX, which studies shows by Forbes, Gartner's, IDC, it's not my city. 10% of your OPEX, if you can save by technology, you can do a math, right? By just optimizing your supply chain. So, of course, like what I showed you, where from your isolated planning to collaborative planning to cooperative planning, where you want to be, cognitive planning, where artificial intelligence, using your first level data, which is available in your ERPs or your partner's ERPs, your vendor's ERPs, your supplier's ERPs, or whatever, you need to reach at the point where it is cognitive. Now, you just define and refine the algorithms and give the input, and with the external and internal data, it can give you the result, what is going to happen in my supply chain. So this is really important for you guys to understand and learn that world is going towards cognitive. And you guys might have heard, just to simplify it, like people, not like IT people, of course, knows about it, but we call like 3-4 layers of data. Descriptive data, which you guys are used to it from like 30 years. You get the reports, not the real-time reports, but your IT guys give you the report at the day end or whenever you want to get the report, and this is the report, right? You see, okay, what happened in my store and when, that's about it. But now, the world is moved to 4 steps. The next level is predictive. So what predictive comes in, you guys must have heard machine learning. Your IT guys might be telling you machine learning, machine learning. So what machine learning is, it's basically learning the data that you have for 20 years and giving you prediction what is going to happen. How is your customer going to behave? Is your customer going to be churned? Is your customer going to come back? Oh, there are many scenarios you can run and use cases. Now, you must have heard AI, of course, 100 times. That is prescriptive. Now, AI is telling you, based on your descriptive, based on your prediction, this is my prescription. This is what you need to do to get your customer back. That is your AI. And now, you must have heard from your IT folks, again, because I'm from technology, so I hear those arguments. Sir, we don't have enough data to run the AI. We don't have enough data to run AI scenarios because AI and machine learning needs historical data. So now the world has moved on. They understood that whenever there's a problem, there's a solution. They call generative AI. So what generative AI does, it simulates your data. Whatever you give the data, it does the simulation of that data and generate more videos, more content, more similar data, and then you can run your scenario. So don't misled by just these 3 things. You have to ultimately reach whenever, wherever, to the cognitive space, because otherwise you will be always human dependent, IT dependent, people dependent, and I think we all need to move because world is moving. So if you don't, definitely one day you have to. So I was talking about digital twins. I think most of you guys have heard this concept. So I will just, this sustainable operation, innovation, speed, service business model, and these numbers are from Gartner, so it's not my number. So EBITDA improvement, 92% of manufacturer either piloting or scaling digital technologies to reduce cost reduction. So seeing self-service is very common. So I think these are the numbers. I will just explain the concept in the interest of time. So there are 3 types of metaverse. You must be hearing the metaverse as well. There are 3 types of metaverse. One is consumer metaverse. The other is the retailer and the digital metaverse. And the third is industrial metaverse. So consumer metaverse, we don't have to discuss. You know all of it, the Facebooks, and you know all of it, right? But what is important now, what people are doing actually, that they are, digital twins means what? You are just replicating your physical space to your virtual space. So now your shop, however your shop is designed, you are creating a similar floor plan in your virtual store. So that's why it's called digital twins, right? So what is happening? People, we are blurring the line. People, places, and digital, right? So now virtual model is there. Now what people are doing, just giving an opportunity for people to walk in your store. They can browse anything as is and take an action. That's your metaverse. So now, as you must be hearing a lot about digital banks, everybody is hearing about digital banks, challenger banks. What is going to happen? The branches people are not going to go more on branches. So similar experience is going to happen in retail, where your stores need to demonstrate the experience. People will go for an experience because they can shop eventually online as well. In US, this trend, and Europe, this trend has emerged. Seamless experience is giving this opportunity. In Pakistan, yes, we are behind, but we will catch up to that, right? So eventually, but this as a concept, you need to understand that. The third, industrial metaverse. I think this is the most, whoever is the manufacturer here, so what they are doing, you can Google, and I can give you a few case studies, like you can see how Coke is doing, how Mercedes are doing the industrial metaverse. What industrial metaverse is? Design, build, and operate. So now you are designing your factories in your metaverse, so you can run the simulation. You can run the simulation as many scenarios, and until the simulation gives you a perfect output, you don't start manufacturing, actual manufacturing. So that's a huge advantage that I showed you 92% saving and so on and so forth. People are adopting, and you go YouTube, you search digital twins, Coca-Cola, all of these case studies, you will see what industrial metaverse is actually. And I think all the manufacturers, at least in Western part of the world, they have already started. Of course, my goal is to just give you like what is happening around the world. So, okay, so the last topic that you guys need to understand, I think, what is composable commerce means. E-commerce is a very online e-commerce, it's very common. Everybody knows it, so I don't have to explain it. What is composable commerce? Composable commerce is like, basically, now nobody designs the monolithic e-commerce sites. If you just, somebody tells you tomorrow morning that I will write a Shopify website and it will be up and running, yeah, it will be up and running for few days, few months, until you get, if you want to be in a real business, then it won't work, 100%. 100%. If you want to do the real online business and want to be scalable and believe in your online product, it won't work. So composable business architecture, I don't want to go into the technicality, but what it does, that you design your backend system, you design your backend systems, irrespective of whatever technology you use, and then you offer the services or middleware to access. For you guys, like simple for business people, you can call that, I say that get my order as in English. That's an API that you don't know about what is happening in your kitchen at the back end. So you disassociate and you design all these small services which can give you get address, customer validation. You just know that English concept. For you, you're just calling those services, and these are microservices API. And cloud native, you must have heard. I'm just, again, sharing what cloud native means. Like these hyperscalers like Amazon, Microsoft, Oracle, you can scale up and down. So if you have a Black Friday or whatever you call White Friday, whatever the sale going on, your campaign going on, you can up and down your compute power, because now nobody stops you. Earlier, you need to have hardwares and so on and so forth. So your e-commerce or composable commerce needs to be on cloud native. And last thing I would like to say, what about headless commerce? Again, your IT might be sharing with you, if you guys are C-level, what does headless commerce means? It is nothing, very simple. You disassociate your front end with back end. So if you want to have a web experience, you can design your web, your back end doesn't change. You change your mobile app, your back end doesn't change. So you can come up with many faces of your front end and your back end doesn't change. So your investment to roll out the new channel and give the seamless experience to your consumer will be seamless with this headless commerce. So I just want to end here. Just wanted to share like these concepts. To be honest, it's 15 minutes, so I just try to cover up very quickly, at least the buzzwords. So if you retain those buzzwords, you can Google, look at the composable commerce, headless commerce, digital twins, supply chain control towers, and actionable insight, the AIs, and so on and so forth. And you will get a lot of content, and it can reinforce the learning if you guys. So thank you very much for having me here. Thank you.